We have had no official word if it's going to be full race distance, though.
No, we will try and get something from our timekeepers.
Yes, we'll try and find that out. They might go the full distance. I mean, regard to the rule book, you would suggest that, yes, it's going to be a full rerun. I don't think enough time elapsed to reduce time off it. Having said that, taking the heat into the equation, and the fact we've had a couple of riders post-moto need medical attention with the heat. I don't know, but Phil, we'll find out. 15-second board is up. So here we go. Restart. MX1, Pico MX1, race 2.
Away we go. Oh, it was hard to say who that was getting.
Alice getting a great camera angle there. She's being brave, being very brave on the inside. Yeah, fair play to her. She was up the inside. Okay.
So Mira's gone down.
Mira, yeah, sorry, yeah. So not good for Jason Mira. He's got a real lot of work to do from there in these conditions.
Watson's got a decent start. That's Carlton Husband.
Look out.
Old shot for Carlton Husband on the Phoenix Tools Fantic. He was having an absolutely shocking day, and now he is leading.
I like watching Carlton ride. He has got some swagger. I'd say he lets it all hang out.
Watson there in third, Jeff.
Yeah, and of course, in that time, we've done a little bit of track maintenance to the key area, actually, where that crash was. Whether we've managed to get, and I'm using the Royal We, to get more water down in that break, we'll have to wait and see.
I don't think there was any water's gone down, Jeff. With how hard pack it is now, I think the time for water's been and gone. That was like this morning, and we've got what we've got. And it is Carlton Husband then on the Phoenix Talks Fantic, and he is there leading out the 811 of Adam Sterry on the Chambers KTM, with Ben Watson on the Dirt Store Triumph there in third, and then we will wait to see those shadows starting to lengthen.
Yeah, they're getting longer. Great though, good to see the Phoenix Tools boys leading a race here and getting some good coverage as well, because Barry, of course, and his team do a great job down there for many years. You know, they were on the Kawasaki's and stuff, but now on the Fantic machinery.
They look like Oriol Oliver was there in fifth, Jeff, and I think that was Conrad Muse just in behind him, but we will find out as they come across the line and show up on the K-Tech Tower for the first time. So looks like it was 25 minutes, the rerun distance, so we're at 23 now. Oh, yeah, it's so dusty now, Jeff.
Yeah, full race rerun then.
Yeah.
So that's that. Sterry charges into the lead at the bottom of that hill. We didn't see that so quick. Watson, Len Oliver.
No, that's Lennox Dickinson, and there's Muse.
Yeah, I'm thinking Oliver was between them. So
I'm thinking it was a 30-minute main, and we were 10-minute in. It's a 25, and we were 5 in.
Yeah.
So that's the complete restart. Suddenly made sense. I've watched too many 30-minute motos already this weekend.
Oh, yeah.
Ben Watson down the inside.
Well, Ben's got to go here. He's got to go. I mean, obviously, that first race for him, he eventually brought it in fifth position from being, well, he was down, wasn't he, on the first corner pretty much. So that was a good comeback ride, but not for championship. So he's going to go. We just have that absolute 100% confirmation from Paul Irwin, race director. Yep, full race distance rerun.
So rules is rules, and that's what we've done. So race lead for the first time in a while for the 811 Chambers KTM of Adam Sterry, coming back after a mid-season foot injury, and he is back at where he thinks he belongs at the front end of this field, with Ben Watson, a rider who they've followed each other through the ranks over the years, Jeff, and to see them at the front of this MX1 race, not surprising. We'll see how long Adam can hold on to the lead for. He's in his own admission, he's lacking the race fitness that he is usually well known for. He's a very, very fit guy. And Ben Watson.
No question. Having said that of Watson, just power move there. Made very light work of Sterry, who's not really fighting back too much. But Adam, it's very much of a case for Adam just to build and build and build back off that injury. Listen, he's got loads of experience. Obviously, a former British Motocross champion in his own right anyway. So he knows what he's doing out there, and you don't want to rush back. Particularly as you get older, you've got to be sensible in your rehab. Can't just go gung-ho at it. And he just want to finish the season, the very end of the season strong, have a good off-season, reset, and come out for 27.
Yeah, so Watson leads across the line then from Adam Sterry. Oliver is up to third, Muse fourth, Husband back to fifth, and it's Purdon, Lennox Dickinson, again a decent start, and Mira, Grimshaw and Taylor Hamill in 10th. Then it's Carpenter, Michael Ellis, Edwards, Dylan Woodcock and Nathan Green. That is your top 15, our final race action of the day here from Canada Heights. So don't forget to like and subscribe on our YouTube stream. And Lear is here again looking at the comments and seeing where you are all watching from. But Oriol Oliver now trying to make a move on the KTM mounted.
But here comes Conrad.
Oh, yes.
So he's caught them up pretty darn quick, and this will be effectively for the overall between number 83 and 426, because they were 1 and 2. Oriol Olivier taking the race win in the first one. Conrad, though, with a quarter of the race to go, was 15 seconds behind, and then just like that, it suddenly became a race.
He did. He motored up to him.
Didn't he? He took 3 seconds out of him, like a lap, for about 3 laps on the spin, 4 laps. But then Oriol, right at the right moment, responded and matched his lap time, and it kind of just brought that to a close. But Conrad definitely had much faster second part race pace in the first one.
Well, Sterry looked like he's give that up very, very easily to Conrad Muse. So whether he's got a problem or he just doesn't fancy having to hang it out in this what is now a very dusty circuit here at Canada Heights.
Well, I mean, the heat that we've had, the running and everything. I mean, it's genuinely, for those that have ever been to California and raced over there, or even just went practicing, it's starting to get that California feel. Low light, hard pack, loose on top.
Well, the riders will certainly tell us in the race interviews how hard a day this has been, but it's been fantastic racing, Jeff. No shadow of a doubt. So Watson, Oliver, Muse is your top 3, and if it stays as it is, that will give the overall to Oriol Oliver. Muse will need to make at least 1 pass, possibly 2, because he can't beat. He's got to get to the front.
Yeah,
even if Oliver finishes second.
You're right. I mean, I'm looking at this track now, and there's definitely some parts of it, not all of it, where traction is becoming a premium. You know, I mean, you've got to sniff out. You've got to be very good on the throttle. You've got to start chasing the dirt a little bit. I mean, I wouldn't say that was a mistake from Conrad. That is just a hard knuckle bump. The rear wheel hit it, and it just kicked it out. I mean, you know, he did everything right. So it just goes to show now, like, as the track dries, they have got to be on their A game regards of levels of concentration.
So Watson, Oliver, Muse, they're that close. It was 3 seconds. Back to 3.5 seconds back to Conrad Muse as they came across the line. Purdon is now up to 5th, Dickinson 6th, Mira, Hamill, Grimshaw and Carpenter, your top 10. These boys have earned their money today, that is a certainty.
Yeah, they have. And Phil, we've been there. Obviously, you never want to see a red flag incident, and we wish the fallen rider all the best. Not going to speculate on who those riders are at this point, because we don't know the exact extent of his injury. But at the same time, a red flag is just never an ideal situation for anybody. Track craft, track crew, but certainly these riders. Remember, they were all hyped up. They've done 1.5 laps. Their adrenaline's high. It's red hot, and then they've had to have a red flag incident. Then they've had to be asked, because of the heat, to go back to the truck. And then they've got to pick it all up again, Phil.
I know, but look, this is what these guys train for. Ben Watson then now under a lot of pressure from Oriol Oliver. There's Muse a little bit further back in 3rd.
I think, my personal opinion here, for what it's worth, is Conrad Muse is in no panic.
No. Ben Watson then, he will be in action with Oriol Oliver at Fox Hills next weekend, as Oliver tries to sweep him from the outside and make that one nice long sweeping arc of a turn. It's cupping out at the bottom of that jump now, and those guys having to wheelie up the face there to keep the bike settled. Conrad is just in a watching brief, maybe just staying out of the roost a little bit, Jeff.
I think so. I think we're going to get to the sort of 10 minute mark, something like that. I reckon he'll sit there for another couple of laps, sort of content with just being there. And I think as we get to around the 10 minutes, bearing in mind you've got the 2 extra laps on top of the 10, it's around that mark I think he'll see, right, okay, I've got to go. But you're right. I think he's just keeping a little bit out of the roost, just watching this unfold in front of him. I mean, if you're going to go on what happened in the first race, you've got to say that he knows he's got the pace to just turn it on if he has to. But he was too far back in that first race to put that charge on. 15 seconds behind around I think at the 8-minute mark, 10-minute mark last time. It was too much to do. This time he's definitely there.
I don't know whether you caught that, Jeff. There was a rider down in the shadows there, and both of those guys had to hold up and not jump that tabletop. They both did a fantastic job of that. And Ben laid up, and so did Oriel Oliver. So
that was nice.
Say, that was a good bit of heads-up riding. The riders off the side of the circuit as they got there.
Oh, no, Oriel up those 3 steps. He is staying way lower than Ben.
So we've just had stones rattle all down the inside.
Beautiful.
Here's Oliver.
Absolutely brilliant move. Brilliant move. Outside to inside. Set that up on that little dogleg turn.
Is Ben still there? He is. Hughes is closing in as well. 2 and a bit seconds.
That, I think Conrad might have to go a little bit earlier now. Now he's seen Oriel, because remember, he needs to beat Oriel for the overall.
He does. Well, let's not forget, this is Conrad Muse's payday. He's doing British Championship, and he needs to be winning these as Ben comes back round, tries to make a bit of a move on Oriel Oliver. I think Oriel thought about that the previous lap, Jeff, and didn't think he was close enough, and then fully committed down the inside. And I think just the way that the track has gone away, the grip levels, the inside line that we've seen these guys running down there, just too much of a risk now.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. It's this is obviously, as this track goes away, it's going to get tougher, and obviously as you get further into the battle, fatigue. I know that you've mentioned it, Phil. They are top level athletes. We know that, but no matter how fit you are, when you get the heat adding a bit to it, it's not just the physicality of it. It's how the heat gets to you mentally. You can get so flustered, and if you just lose a bit of momentum, you just start to heat up under that crash helmet, don't you? You know.
So it looks like Conrad is trying to put the move on Ben. He's right there as they come over the jump. Is he going to go wide and try and cut back underneath him? This is how he made a pass last year. Ben goes wide. Conrad down the inside. Oh.
Yeah, no.
You've got to say there, that's a light choice thing.
Yes.
Whichever way Ben went, Conrad was going the other way.
But he still executed it brilliant. I mean, he was totally committed. I mean, once he got to that midway through that corner, there was no pulling out of it. I mean, I think Ben just about saw him out of the corner of his eye and was wise enough to roll off a little bit.
By the time he's seen him, it's already too late. The bike's there and it's in position, and Conrad just making a nice move down the inside. 12 minutes, 40 plus 2 to go.
Right. If Oriel Olivier is going to win this thing, as in the overall and not only the race, right, he is going to get it now. It's happening. If he's going to fend off a hard charging Conrad Muse, and Conrad will know the pace that he had, and he closed it down in the first race. Oriel will be fully aware of that. Right now, as much as he's probably up for the challenge, he's also thinking, oh, God, I got literally 12 minutes of trying to hold this guy back. And he will step up to the plate and do all he can, of course. But I'd be most surprised if we don't see the 4.26 in the next couple of laps, sticking a wheel in there. He's certainly going to keep constant pressure on Oriel Olivier here.
Ben Watson then trying to stay in touch. Dropped a few bike lengths, Jeff. Sterry now a distant 4th, but still a decent ride for him. I think he knew that he couldn't run the pace of these guys at the front, and he just wanted a clear track and no pressure, and he'll take a 4th to go with his 6th in Moto 1.
I agree. I think, Adam's got enough experience to know he's been out of the game quite a bit. He's just not got the race pace currently as he builds his way back up to fitness for these top 3, but he'll want to be the best of the rest, and it'll be a good result for him to get one over on Purdon, Hamill, all those guys.
Yeah, he's riding himself back into fitness by his own admission, and it's good to see him out there. But Oliver looks like he's just dropped the hammer a little bit. There's a slightly bigger gap this time, maybe. I've not seen who's finished Tug's fastest lap award going to go to, Jeff?
Well, let me just, it is Conrad Muse. He did the best time. It was the previous, although L'Oreal has gone quicker, not the best lap, but he went quicker than Conrad by nearly a second that last lap around. So Conrad Muse is actually the Phoenix Tour's fastest lap of the race with a 1:58.652. But the last lap around, L'Oreal wasn't far off that, and he took nearly a second out of Muse.
And our whole shot taker, the Phoenix Tours fancy rider, can't husband the DNF, so he's obviously had an issue somewhere. So that's a shame. Was that in the first start or the second start? Was that the first?
No, that was the restart.
One, yeah. So he's had that DNF also for Jim Davis and Jason Mir, who we saw go down in turn 1. And I think, given the conditions here at Canada Heights now for Moto 2, anybody going down in turn 1 has just gone, yeah, you know what? I'm going to keep your powder dry for next weekend. And you're not chasing through from another stone rattles off the roof here. We're right next to the circuit.
I think the commentary booth, hut, trailer's going to need a bit of a paint job.
It is, yes.
We're getting pebble dashed here, right along the track side. I mean, we're 10, 15 feet off the side of the track. So you imagine being direct behind the wheel of a 450, churning that in your gob. Not good. And again, for any people watching outside of the UK, a bit of English slang there. That was mouth is what I meant.
Yeah. So Oliver, lovely run round the inside, didn't see the line there like Watson did a couple of laps ago. And that's the area of the track that we gave a bit of a tickle with a digger and sorted things out. And I think somebody just caught that. That berm just looked like it went away a little bit there.
It did. That nearly caught him there, Phil. But he's pushing. I mean, like I said, he's got to, and he knows this. And he knows this is going to go to the flag. There's Conrad. Not sure if you, because sometimes you don't get to hear the interviews in the winner's circle. And I asked Conrad, like, that was some push, and he's like, yeah, because you've got to go all the way to the end. Because I settling for second, I would have never forgiven myself if, like, I wasn't trying, and then L'Oreal laid it down, and I wasn't close enough to capitalise.
I did hear him say that, yes, Jeff.
You know, you got to go all the way to the end, no matter what the gap. Push, push, push.
We're starting to get into traffic now. That's the 40 of Ezra Blackwell and the 51 of Hadley Coppard. Coppard, not somebody we've seen at I've seen at the British before, so good to see him out there. And again, for all you guys that I don't know if I can do these. If we come to where you are and you think you're nearly there, come and have a go. You're never going to get any better unless you put yourself up against the best. And just to say you've done it. If I was at the point in my career where I could justify having a go, I would have a go.
I mean, really, what have you got to lose? You get to ride a decent track. You're going to get your admission tickets to come in. No matter what, you're going to get, even if you don't participate in both motos, you're going to get the experience and be part of this fabulous Motul MXGB British Championship.
Tristan Burden is closing in on Adam Sterry. Hamill is there in an uncharacteristic sixth place. But this is the battle for the lead, and it is Aurel Oliver doing everything that he can to try and find some way of staying in front of Conrad Muse.
Well,
still lots of people in under the trees. This is where everybody is, in the shade under here.
What will happen, it's going to make tight for that, obviously, with the top two looking like they're going to go 1-2, in which order we're about to find out. But if Burden can make a move on Sterry, that might have implications for the podium, because it's going to be between him and Watson, I would have thought. What did Hamill get in the first race there? He had a fourth.
What did he get? He was fourth.
Of course, so sorry, Well, he caught me off guard because he's not fourth in this one.
No. But look, still a good day for him, and he did not have a good start in this one at all. Well, there's your top two. There's third place Ben Watson. He's not gone, is he?
No, he's still there. I mean, he could. Actually, I think he's coming back a little bit. What you said there. Let's have a look. No, not quite. He just lost a few. Conrad was the quickest rider last lap around. Swung it back the other way and took 9/10 out of L'Oreal. So the whole pendulum effect is in, excuse the pun, full swing.
See what you did there?
Yeah, lovely. But there, they go back and forth. So with 6 to go plus 2, this is going to be hard graft for both of these, because neither of them are going to give it any inch, any quarter. You know that Conrad is going to have to dig deep to win it. You know that Oriel Olivier is going to dig deep to try and keep him at bay. Watson's going to do his very best to try and stick with them, if nothing else, for a confidence boost.
Yeah, I mean, look, this is not Ben Watson's kind of going. He's not a hard pack guy, but he's still he's a GP rider, and he deals with this stuff week in, week out when he's when he's on the GP circuit. So he should be able to stay with these guys, and he's only 4 and a bit seconds off the lead at the moment. 5+ go. Still seems to have gone pretty quickly, this one. But are we going to get another grandstand finish between Oriol Oliver and Conrad Muse here in this Moto2 of our Apico MX1? And it looks like the Spaniard on the...
They've got a lot to live up to, because the racing today, particularly in the 125s and MX2, they need to keep up their end of the bargain here.
Yeah, I think, and not that Monster Mountain wasn't exciting, it had its moments, but this has been the best round that we've had so far. The racing across all 3 classes has been absolutely top draw, and I'm sure Kelvin Tatum won't mind me using that line of his.
No.
And we've been fortunate enough to sit here and bring you all of the action here on Dirt Store MXGB TV. Don't forget to give us a like and a subscribe and share it with your mates. And we've got 2 rounds to go in this 2026 championship, and they're all going to go down to the wire by the looks of it, as they go into the shade in the woods. That's our spectator camping there. If you get here early enough, you can get your camper peppered with stones, Jeff.
I think that hopefully they're just out of reach, a lot of them. You wouldn't want that, but I have to say it's a lovely little area up there to enjoy the weekend. Bit of shade up in there, and even I know a lot of people I thought he was out that front door there.
Oh, and another stone in the roof.
Wow, that was close. He just went a little bit too deep, had his body weight too far forward, and yet bizarrely he seemed to have pulled away for doing it.
Yeah.
The Canada Heights, just a wonderful venue down here. They do trials here. They have a regular trials club. Again, the roof I think, is going to come off this. The wind's picking up.
Yeah, that's just our sunshade.
But yeah, a marvellous venue. Canada Heights, of course, getting its name from back in the war. I think maybe in the First World War. Not entirely sure of my facts, but I know a lot of Canadian troops were basically stationed up here, hence the name. And of course, it's a high bit of ground overlooking the Dartmouth estuary. So, it got named Canada Heights.
And like I say, the club has been here a very, very long time. The 75th year of the ACU British Motocross Championship. And the Canada Heights venue has been on it for, well, I would say at least 60 of those, if not more,
a long
Jeff.
time, yeah, absolutely. I'm not 60 years of age, but my entire racing career, starting back in 1981, Canada Heights was, just an absolute staple of British motocross.
It was one of the
back then.
Yeah, it was one of the venues that the 60s TV scrambles were run at, and it's survived and thrived ever since. And Conrad Muse looks like he's getting a little bit of a wriggle on again, because he dropped off 2.7 seconds.
Yeah.
Is that a lapper there, or is that Oliver that he's keep catching?
No, I think that's Oliver, though.
No, it is Oriol.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
The gap that had gone out, Jeff, it's coming down again.
Yes, it is from where they are on the track, I reckon they will not cross the line. I think it might be 3 laps from here, because, well, let's keep an eye on it. Are they going to get round to the finish there? Bearing in mind their lap times are at 1:59, around the 2-minute mark right now.
Yeah,
they're not. Yeah, it's going to be 3 laps, isn't it?
Yeah, they're going to get round, and there's still going to be 30-odd seconds on the clock, Jeff.
Yeah. So, yeah, Conrad having to force his way past that back marker there.
Ben Watson's still there or thereabouts, though, just 5 seconds off the lead at the moment.
Well, our race director, Paul Irwin, helping us out there as well with the points, because he's just been over to speak to Nick, our time in Guru, and we were right. If Burden does make a move on Sterry, he will get the nod for the 3rd place overall for Burden. So, it'll be a tie break, apparently. but second, well, I don't know. Either way, I'm going with the race director.
If that's what he said.
Yeah, and if he's got it right, we can blame him.
Yes. But that does not surprise me, because at the moment we've got Ben Watson on a 5-3. And Purdon was on... Is it
4-3. Yeah, 3-4, wasn't he?
He was fifth in the first one for Ben. And he's third in this one. That's a 5-3.
So Tristan would have a 3-4, which beats a 3-5.
Yeah.
There we go.
And if he doesn't, that means that Ben gets it on the count back for the position in the second race.
Yes,
so he
needs
the pass, because tying is not enough.
Yeah,
and I will say that Ben Watson is the expert of the second Moto highest finish this year, because he retained the red plate twice through that.
Look at Conrad still pushing. But yeah, that's the crux of it. Right now, Watson and Purdon are tied on points, but Watson's going to get the overall third position on the better second race result. So it's all going to hinge on Purdon, who is only 1 second, nearly 1.8 seconds behind.
But that gap has been pretty close for the last 3 or 4 laps. So Adam Sterry's dug his heels in there, and he's not letting the South African on the 772 Racing Kawasaki have anything.
We've got to stick with this, though. We've got to stick with this, because here it comes. It's going to be...
it's 2 to go this time by Jeff, by my reckoning.
I agree. Yeah, I think we've got that right. But here comes Conrad Muse. Everything in his power now. Auriel Olivier, he cannot afford any type of mistake, because Conrad will be all on him. There is Al, our flag man, looking like he's just come from some kind of Scar gig in his black and white checkered suit. He is into it, and we're into it. 2 to go. It's all in.
This is classic motocross. We've been treated to some brilliant racing. A lovely line there.
This is going to be... Ben is going mental, our track.
Oliver's got a puncture. I've just heard him say Oliver's got a flat rear tyre. Is that...
No way. If he has, then he is riding... Well, excuse the pun, he's riding the wheels off it, riding the tyres off of it.
I've just heard Ben say...
Let's have a closer look at that. Well, if he has a rear wheel puncture, he is riding...
He's got to have a moose in that, surely.
Yeah, in this condition, that wheel would just spin off. The tyre stoppers, the tyre grippers...
We'll see. We'll find out when you do the post-race interviews, Jeff, but Ben has got a better view of the bits that he can see that we have.
Well, I'll tell you what, if he is running a moose and it's gone down in the car, it doesn't go right off.
No, but they do in the heat.
They go off a bit in the heat, but they don't go completely flat. But almost like a trials rider, as the track's got harder, he might be getting some better grip on some of these. I know that sounds bizarre to say.
Yeah, that looks okay to me.
Yeah, I think so too. If he had a front wheel puncher, then that would be game over.
Yeah,
well, it is spinning around everywhere, but the track is that tough at this moment.
He dives up the inside of a back marker. Conrad is still there. Is the next rider in short? No, it's the back marker. He's broken, Jeff.
Yeah, he has. He's further.
Unless it's Conrad that's got the puncture.
Could well be. We're only speculating on what we heard. Yeah, good point. That's probably more of the case. God, he threw it in there.
Mate,
and he's scraping the handlebars around there. Well, he doesn't know if we're going on what Ben was saying up there. Okay, so... Auriel again. So, Watson, it's all happening out here. Ben Watson's got an issue, so that is going to...
Yeah, there's Ben down the bottom there, so he's stopped. So the Dirt Store Triumph, that's going to give Purdon the podium.
Definitely Purdon for the podium. We're still not sure on this puncher. Could be that Conrad's got a puncher.
It's 4.6 seconds now, Jeff.
Well, we're going to find out in a minute.
So, has Conrad Muse seen that Ben Watson's at the side of the track and gone, no, let's have a look. So there's Conrad.
Can't see. We are just going because we have Ben Rumbold, our track announcer here, right in the tower above us.
Yeah, he's literally over our heads.
We just heard the word, Phil heard the word puncher and a lot of drama, so we are assuming it was Auriel, but it might have been Conrad because he's backed it right down.
Yeah, obviously Ben in full circuit comms mode, so he is absolutely trotting it out and keeping everything he can see, but that certainly looks like Auriel Oliver has got enough. Sterry's going to be third, Purdon fourth, Watson now at the side of the track, so we'll wait and see. That's Well, you've got to say, with 2 rounds to go, Jeff, that's a disaster for the Dirt Store Triumph team.
Definitely. Huge. Huge.
We'll try and find out what's gone on.
I mean, he's showing there, but you're just gonna watch him drop off that K-Tech tower now.
Yeah,
he's gonna go.
He's already down there at the bottom. So
Yeah.
a DNF and the 5th for Ben Watson is going to
We have no
end
idea.
his championship charge. I fear he's going to need something similar for Conrad Muse.
I mean, I'm assuming that he was off the bike and
Yes,
it's a mechanical
it's a mechanical.
issue.
He's off the side of the track on the inside.
Okay, I'm just going to bring Oriel in because, I want to see him take the flag. And then we'll mosey on down to the podium. Here it comes then.
A race winner then. 1-1 for Oriel Oliver. He will take victory here at Canada Heights. Brilliant result for the Spaniard on the Gabriel SS24. Muse comes across the line, 5.7 seconds adrift. Sterry will come across the line third. There's a long way to drift, but this will give Tristan Purden his first podium on that Kawasaki. We're hearing that it's another chain issue for the Triumph team. So